Assalamualaikum and a very good day. I wish to all of you. Welcome to our forum of today. As well we know, the Big Four are the four largest professional services networks in the world. The global accounting networks such as Deloitte, Ernst & Young, KPMG and PwC. The four are often grouped because they are comparable in size relative to the rest of the market. Both in terms of revenue and workforce, they are considered equal in their ability to provide a wide scope of professional services to their clients. And among those looking to start a career in professional services, particularly accounting, they are considered equal attractive networks to work in. The Big Four each offer audit, assurance, taxation, management consulting, actuarial, corporate finance, and legal services to their clients. I am sure that every one of us has our own opinion and thought with this topic. Before we proceed to our forum, I would like to introduce our panelists for today. Our first panelist is Izzat Wajidi bin Zulkifli. Next is our specially panel 2 is Muhammad Iqmal bin Muhammad Izham. And also we have our panel 3, Salwa Suhana binti Sa'ari. Before we start our forum, in details, let me explain about our topic for today. Our topic for today is about ethical dilemmas and ethical conflicts that has been the company that has been audited by Ernst & Young. Ernst & Young is one of the largest professional services network in the world, along with Deloitte, KPMG and PwC. It is considered one of the big four accounting firms. There is some ethical dilemmas on Transmile Berhad, the company that we take to discuss for today. Without wasting our time, let's hear the introduction about ethical dilemmas from the first invited panel.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Without wasting any time, I will go for the introduction of ethical dilemmas. There were four main points that I will give. First point, exists when two or more ethical principles or standards are conflicting with each other. Difficult choice to be made between two or more options. Neither which resolve the situation in a manner that is consistent with accepted ethical guidelines. Next, a person is faced with having to select an option that does not align with established code of ethics or society norms. In a simple words, ethical dilemmas is a situation where someone is confused to make decisions, either it's good or otherwise. Okay, I will go for the discussion ethical dilemmas for Transmile Berhad. Transmile make wrong decision which is made their overstate by which made their revenue overstate by 197 millions in 2005 and 330 millions in 2006. They choose to not show the actual accounting situation, instead reveal the things. Signs of global warming includes the melting of ice caps and the rising of temperature of polar regions. And last, Transmile decide to increase profit to attract investors. That's all from me. Pass back to Mr. Moderator.
Thank you to our first panelist, Izzat Wajidi. Now let's move to our second panelist, Muhammad Iqmal bin Muhammad Izham. I think that has been ethical conflict from our company that has been that is Transmile Berhad. What is your opinion about ethical conflicts on Transmile Berhad?
Okay, thank you, Moderator. So, for the continuing from the ethical dilemma introduction, so I will continue to introduce about the ethical conflict. So there are four things that I will explain. The first one we get started with an ethical conflict is a situation where someone is ethically obligated to do two or more actions, each of which the person could do but cannot do them all. Number two, it can occur when the interests of two employees are at odds. Number three, it also arises when there is no unity between the team members and share ethical priorities. The last one for the introduction about the ethical conflict is, for example, an ethical conflict is in if you offered to counsel a colleague or your partner because there would be a dual relationship. Okay, let's move to the discussion about the ethical conflict. Same as the introduction, also got 4 points. And the first one, we get started with in response, the shareholder show their displeasure of the performance of the director by voting against paying the director of the company for their services in 2006 during it on a general meeting. Number two, the audit committee was headed by one Chim Kin Pyong during the years when it was found that there were serious accounting issue in Transmile financial report. Number three, the auditor concern was not immediately highlighted to the entire BOD or board of director by the top executive and the audit committee upon being alerted by the auditors. And the last one, the management and audit committee had failed in fiduciary duties to alert the board on the warning rise. That's all.
Thank you to our second panelist, Muhammad Ikmal and Muhammad Izham. Now let's switch to Mebiang Berhad, which was audited by Ernst & Young. I have question to our third panelist, Salwa Suhana. What can you say, Salwa, with Maybank Berhad about their corporate governance and corporate social responsibility?
Thank you for moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, my name is Salwa Suhana binti Sa'rin. I, as Venetri, would like to give my opinion about corporate governance and corporate social responsibility. Firstly, the Maybank Board of Directors believe that good corporate governance practice enable the group to operate more efficiently, improve access to capital and lower risk. Corporate governance framework is based on Company Act 2016, main market listing requirement of Bursa Malaysia Security Berhad, and lastly, policy on corporate governance issued by Bank Negara Malaysia. Among the key strengths in Maybank are, firstly, positive board culture and dynamic meeting discussion with sufficiently in depth and what members felt free to voice their own doubt and express concern about important issue. And key focus on business strategy. Board member gave key objective discussed in the plan, such as digital and sustainability projects. Seterusnya, discussion on CSR. Firstly, Institute Cantung Negara. This donation help people from low-income family by covering medical fee, in addition to providing much-needed medical equipment. Secondly, environment. Maybank consistently seek to offer finance for company which a positive and sustainable impact on the environment, which they aim to human financial service across Asia. And lastly about sport, they coordinates training and competition for young badminton players, which the Badminton Association of Malaysia giving national players the chance to mentor and impart their knowledge to the next generation. I think all about my opinion regarding on corporate governance and corporate social responsibility. Thank you for listening and focusing to my opinion. I will end my point of view here. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you to our last panel, Salwa Suhana binti Sa'ari. That was a great point that has been shared about the member berhad corporate governance and their corporate social responsibility. So let's move to the last part of our forum for today. I would like to ask our second panelist, is Muhammad Ikmal bin Muhammad Izhar. Ikmal, from our discussion, what you can conclude from case Transmart Berhad?
So, for the conclusion about the Transmart Berhad cases, it can be concluded that the scandal of Transmart was arise because this is conflict of dilemma and conflict of interest. This conflict lead them to bankruptcy and give big impact to external factors such as unemployment rate and exchange rate. That's all.
Thank you, Muhammad Ikmal bin Muhammad Izhar. Next, I would like to ask our third panelist, Salwa Suhana binti Sa'ari. Salwa, what you can conclude about the case of Madam Berhad, about their case?
Thank you, moderator. My opinion, in conclusion, from what we have do our research on this company, Maybank, this company really have good corporate governance and they are really perform a corporate social responsibility to everyone involved in their company to make them certified with what they are choosing. Maybank did everything to make sure that surrounding they did not face any suffer from them. That's all from me.
Thank you, Salwa Suhana, about the conclusion. Overall, we can see that Transmart did not apply good ethical behavior among their top management. Because of that, it was fed to the company business, and at the end, the business goes to bankruptcy. That was from my conclusion summarized. I can conclude from Transmart Berhad and from Maybank. Maybank is such a good company that have a great corporate governance, also a great way to think corporate social responsibility. They are good in maintain and good reputation for their company year by year, and it shows that they are being the largest company that good for being an example. I think we have at the end of our forum. Thanks to all of our panel, Izzat Wajdi, Muhammad Iqmal, and Salwa Suhana. I think that's all from us. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.